Uh,
Yeah,
well, I'm a type of user, an ENTP, and guess you could introduce yourself.
I'm a hornet from Norway. I'm an ISFP.
Hmm. And you've been on Personality Cafe for a while, or?
Since summer of 2009, actually.
Oh, well, that's interesting because it was shortly after that that I actually got into the typology.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you get into it?
Well, as I said on the other video, my I guess my parents got real into that stuff when I was like 13, but I didn't really get much of it, and I for a long time I didn't hear about it. It was almost 10 years later that uh, that I had taken the test, and then I really liked it at the time. So uh, I guess that got me interested by then.
So your parents introduced you to it.
In a way, yeah. Uh,
Okay.
I knew like the whole Keynesian thing from them, and then I
Okay.
took it in college, and I don't know if maybe I remember getting mistyped as INFJ, said before, but I guess I felt like one of those misunderstood people at the time because like in that particular class I didn't fit in like at all, like even less than ever.
Yeah. Was it because you were so extrovert intuitive with all the ideas, or?
Oh, yeah, I don't know how I didn't pick up on that because I do like mentioning the new ideas. Sometimes I don't always do it because I know some people don't like to hear all of that, and then there's some people who just they have fear of anything new or anything, so they kind of just dismiss it.
Yeah, I always when people start talking to me about NE ideas, I think that seems a bit messy to me. It's like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with the new idea. It's just that it seems structured in so messy ways. I don't know exactly how to
Oh,
explain
that's actually a good way of describing
it.
it. Yeah.
So you feel it's messy too? Okay.
Well, it's like
That's interesting.
there's like a little bit of structure in it. Like I don't know. I guess for me, there's a lot of stuff that I just kind of I'll know the answer to something sometimes without really knowing why.
Yeah. Know the answer. Don't know. Okay.
Mhm.
I think when I have the answer, I have a really good idea what the answer is, but I can't really and why it is, but I can't really often tell others why it is.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I know. To me, that seems like I know a lot of FI users. Sometimes they have like a. It's hard for them to put in words like how they feel about certain things and
Yeah,
like.
I was talking about NI now because I have that as tertiary, but if I it's just the same with if I struggle with putting like my core values, like how I view my values to others into words. It's the same thing. It's about ideas. I view my ideas as NI, and I view my values as FI. If you get me, I've separated those internally. If you understand where I'm getting at.
And don't always. Yeah, I guess sometimes it seems like those like the extroverted and introverted functions kind of work together in a way. And
Yeah,
I know.
probably in a way. But I'm an introvert, so I've tried to like when going to the market, like try to like find the separate place to reside in my mind somehow. If you can get me. You probably do the same things with your extrovert function, that you have control of the FE, control the NE. Or do you feel they connect?
Oh, I think there's a lot of the times when it happens. It's funny. Usually, I don't think I mind introversion, but then I get the moments when I'm caught in the SI grip is when I realize that
Okay.
it can burn me out.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. When you get caught in an inferior, you start to do stuff that's not very healthy. So
Yeah.
for me, TE is my inferior. And when I get in that, I start to like making lists and try to organize everything into the like structure everything. And it's just when I get out of it, I always like, what am I doing? I can't live up to these structures. I don't care about these structures, and I just throw all my list in the garbage can and move on. This is very weird.
I think I still think of the future a lot and stuff whenever I am in that mode, but it's like
Okay.
uh, I guess I'm I overthink about it a lot during those
Okay.
times, and sometimes I'll think of that instead of stuff I need to do, because that's actually the time when I get impulsive is in my inferior grip. Usually I'm able to kind of take control of it when it's not like that.
Well, how do you take control of it?
Oh, it's just oh, when I'm not in my inferior mode, I kind of just do things as I regular like the way I would expect that I should do something.
Is
And
you follow a certain narrow path almost.
oh, it just seems like it's simple to get things that need to be done first and then just enjoy things. And I guess when I'm not doing as well, I just want my candy and to eat it. Or like,
Okay. Go for candy. That seems nice. Hmm. Well, I forget about candy when I'm in my when I'm stressed. I don't think about
yeah,
stuff like that at
I
all.
know. It's early morning for me.
It's nice to retreat to the candy when you're stressed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Do you have any questions that you have about?
Oh, do I have questions? I didn't really write anything, but I guess
Because I have a list of questions. If you don't have any, you can start with that. Uh, I was wondering what types of personality theories have you based your understanding on so far?
oh, well, I guess uh, the anything kind of makes sense to me because I think my mom was an any or is, and I think
Okay,
it's very possible my dad was also an intuitive. And then I'm not as I think my it's interesting because like uh, I think a couple of my siblings might be uh, sensor types, and I think my in my mid-teens I moved with my grandparents, and my grandma was like an ESFJ, and my grandpa was like an ESTP, I'd say. Um, but they get on real well. I I'm actually a little new to the typing, so there's a lot of people that I haven't even really put one on yet.
I understand. So, like, but you haven't retired people. But have you what on Percy you have like different theories and you just mash them up all together. Like you have the junk and functions, and you have this the BB model and cognitive loops and all that stuff. Do you just take import from all of them, or do you separate them, or how do you view it? And then
Oh, that one's interesting because I've looked into it and it does seem really interesting. I haven't fully grasped all of it, but sometimes I do
yeah,
believe we take a little bit of the shadow function sometimes. Like sometimes
yeah, because I subscribe to the BB model. I like that. I feel that's
yeah,
That describes what I observe.
Yeah, that one looks like a kind of a good mode to follow from it. To see like that one's one of the 8 function models, right?
Yeah, right. Because I feel that then you understand what annoys you about the other types because you have it so loud down in your shadow. And it's like a hard time with SI and because maybe that's because I have so many SI people around me in the family. So I really annoys me when people start talking about the coffee and how this coffee was better than the last coffee and because of all this aroma, la la la, and I don't know. Again,
Mhm.
I can't relate to that in any meaningful way. Actually.
You know, that's interesting because it seems like some of the ISFPs have always talked about kind of the perception differences, and I
Yeah.
guess whenever we go in our SI tangents, how that always kind of bugs them.
Yeah,
Uh,
because we understand what we're talking about. We're not just not interested in hearing about it because it's now not what you did yesterday and what you ate yesterday and how it tasted. Yeah,
yeah,
it's, I don't know.
but yeah, I know, I know I have that one as like my way in my shadow, the SE. So sometimes I won't always be able to tell right away, like the way people are reacting to stuff and the like. But how does that one
Yeah.
work for you?
Well, I have SE as an auxiliary, so to me, it's what's happening around me is like crystal clear. It's
Mhm.
like I if someone does something, something happens, I see it instantly. It's just the corner of my eyes, just
Mhm.
okay, it's happening, no problem. I see it, unless I'm really, really deep into like figuring out my feelings and stuff, and
Mhm.
then I won't notice it. But if I'm attentive, I get everything around me, no problem.
Mhm.
There's no delay, if you understand.
Yeah.
But I can't really see as any of the possibilities in the moment, like ID possibilities. That's really hard for me. I see what's there, but not the IDs inherent in the moment.
Mhm.
That sounds weird to me. Messy.
Oh, that
Almost.
sounds like uh I don't know, I guess ideas in the moment sounds any to me. Because a lot
And
of it's
I,
oh
yeah, okay. Yeah, any, okay.
but I guess sometimes are you able to uh I guess is that because the two are kind of opposites that it's hard to kind of use the NI with the SE or uh
I'm not sure actually. Any is harder for me in SI actually because SI it has to do with the senses. I have experienced it. I
mhm.
can, if I think about it, I can like recollect. If I think about it for 5-10 minutes about the cup of coffee yesterday, maybe I'll should talk about it, but it's annoying and unnecessary. I think. Why
Mhm.
would I do that?
Yeah.
So, so it's like I'm more just here in the moment, and if I have an idea, it's very abstract, and I like to
Mhm.
drill down into that idea and like
Oh,
find all the pieces connecting that one idea. Like for example, the Myers-Briggs, like the BB model, for example, I like analyze that and try to see how that connects into everything. I like to do that, but it's not as easy for me as it is for the NI DOMs. They like
mhm.
see that stuff once and stuff. Oh, okay, figure it out. Next thing,
Mhm.
I'm like, so, I don't know how much sense that made to you, but
But yeah, NI seems very abstract to me. I guess because
Okay.
the way it's described and the way that I guess I remember uh, just, just I guess because a lot of people have a hard time even tangibly explaining it. Although by now, after these videos, I kind of am getting what NI is.
Yeah. What seems to me is that the NI DOMs, when they try to explain NI, it's almost like you ask a person to explain how they breathe and say, "Well, I breathe," and then you're like, "But how do you breathe?" "Well, I pull air in." You know,
Yeah.
and they take it so for granted that they have trouble in talking about it. But if you ask a person who's struggling to breathe, they will like, yeah, really put an effort into understanding it,
Mhm.
what they actually trying to do. So from a tertiary perspective, trying to understand my tertiary, I think I'm starting to get a hang of how NI works, and think I can better explain how it works.
Mhm.
Because to me, I'm trying to like take one idea and I'm trying to examine that idea from all different angles.
Mhm.
I'm trying to like rotate it, look inside it, like what pieces goes into this idea. You understand?
Mhm.
I'm trying to like get really acquainted with that one idea. If you understand me, that's what NI is to me.
Mhm. Well, I guess for NI, it seems like a lot of with I guess the thing that always kind of seems interesting, I guess, because since I'm a perception type, is how a lot of the judging dominant types are able to kind of flip right between sensing and intuition.
Mm. Flip between the NI dominance,
Oh, uh,
judging dominance.
oh,
Mm.
like the ones like the any of the feeling and thinking dominants, basically. Uh, I guess since they don't have
Yeah,
any.
yeah. No, 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 that's true because it's not in the inferior because they have a judging function in the inferior.
Yeah.
And the same is with me. I have Fi in the dominant and I have Te in the inferior, so I can switch between my auxiliary and tertiary pretty easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. Well, I know for me, it's it's how it kind of is for me with the thinking and feeling that I've got. In fact, I used to. There's sometimes when I score pretty high on FE, uh, but interestingly, on most of the times I've done any of the cognitive tests, I actually it shows both the thinking functions first and then the feeling functions. On like the personality cafe one and on the keys to cognition. Actually, I think the first time I took keys to cognition, it had me as INTP, but the later ones hadn't.